Welcome to The Commute. I'm Shannon.
I'm Andrew.
And today we're going to talk about if you are watching while driving, Andrew just held up his Tom Ferry roadmap book. So we're going to talk about marketing and things that agents currently do in with social media and all the fun marketing for getting clients. So, all right. I didn't go to the conference.
You did not. We were there for 8 hours.
I heard it was drinking from a fire hose.
It was great.
I heard it could have been 2 days because it was too much crammed in one. And then I heard that it was too much, period.
I think it was fine. I think probably to that extent, though, I took a lot more notes in the morning than the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Just because you're kind of just A, it was a lot of the same information, but B, it's just kind of like probably just too much. Mm-hmm. So you're I'm still trying to focus on the first half of it rather than because people don't drive in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, normally when I see brake lights, I start to brake.
But there's these flashing lights that people are crossing the road and no one's crossing.
And they're probably pushing them when they're walking the side roads.
The other day, I was on my phone while I was driving, and you know that curb on 155, or not 155, East Lake? I went up on the curb.
I don't know the curb on East Lake, and
the one from my house to work.
Yes.
So it's not like a super steep curve like that, but it's kind of one of those gradual curves. So it wasn't a bit it didn't mess up anything up, but it was just ooh. It's kind of one of those put your phone down situations and just drive in silence.
It's also one of those things where it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. There's people to my right. There's people behind me, in front of me. And I was just well, what are you going to do? Luckily, no cops were around. Probably wouldn't have gotten out of that one with a warning.
Yeah, that would have definitely been I was on my phone.
Well, did I tell you that I got stopped for being on my phone?
No.
Yeah, I got stopped for being on my phone.
Is this before or after you got pulled over with me for speeding?
After. So I was on my phone trying to send a house to house to one of my clients on Zillow, just share it to them. And I was just crossing train tracks because it was a stop sign. So I was still on my phone from the red light. I was let me do this real quick while I was going across train tracks. There's just a cop sitting there waiting on me, and he just pulls me over. I just smile at him. I was sorry, man. There goes my client right there. I was sending him my house on Zillow. He just laughed. He said, and he got my license. And he gave me a warning.
This is ridiculous. This morning crap for you is ridiculous. You need a ticket, and maybe you'll learn a lesson.
I don't think so. I got 6 tickets in the mail.
But your friend, uncle, cousin, brother got tickets in the mail.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, someone got tickets who's been driving my car. It's that jerk. My brother. He's been driving my car too fast, getting tickets sent to me
from cameras.
Yeah. I was driving my parents' car one time and got one too, and they paid it. Anyway, Tom Ferry roadmap. Yeah, get back on the roadmap here.
Gosh. Okay. So, all right. So, what is the biggest takeaway from that for marketing?
So, I think for me, kind of accessing your database. Whoa, what just happened?
You saw that?
Yeah.
We talked about moving the camera. That guy almost hit that guy. He went in that lane.
He didn't know where he was going. Anyway, so they said to try this thing, which I think is really good, of every time you go on a listing appointment, send an email to your whole database and say, hey, I'm going on this listing appointment. Do you or anyone you know looking for a home in this area, just trying to get some feedback to go in, because it helps you stay connected to your old or past clients or your people you haven't closed before. And it kind of you can go into your listing appointment being hey, I've already reached out to people to try to get some people already interested in the house. You can kind of get it on both sides. So I think that's a really good idea. Nice. Another thing is, I was telling Jordan, doing video, a video show and with your pre-list email that we do, doing a video of, hey, and you can do it agent individually and then actually show all of our support staff what they do, kind of because in our seller presentation you're kind of trying to say, hey, we have this whole support staff, right? But if you with your pre-list email also, hey, a little bit about us, and it's just a 2-minute video showing what we do, what we've done in the past, and kind of showing some reviews. I think that would also be a good idea too.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
So it's a lot of video, a lot of different like email marketing campaigns, which Jordan already does
right
90% of them, I would say. And then it's more, hey, the same exact marketing campaigns we do as a team, we should just do like copy and paste and do them as agents,
right,
as well.
Right.
Like we should do the same thing.
The content is already there. You just make it your own.
Yeah. And then they're going to be more likely to click on your home value email from me, knowing that they've talked to me than Shannon Sales Team. So they're going to be like, who the hell is that?
Right.
Who the heck is that? Sorry,
yeah. So what is one of the things then for people that keep not wanting to do video? What do you tell an agent who does not want to do video? Like what do they need to do?
So they basically suck it up, Buttercup. It's what you look like. You're going to go to your agents your clients and talk to them in person. Mm-hmm. It's still you. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, it's just going to be like post and not watch it.
Just like you don't listen to your podcast.
No. So I'll play it. I'll just have it on mute so I don't listen to it. I can't listen to myself talk. I don't like my voice.
I listen to every single one.
You must like your voice.
No, not at all. I don't also like doing videos. I hate all of that.
Do you watch them though?
Only the ones that they share to me and tell me that I have to post.
There's something in the air tonight with these drivers.
Was that almost another accident? Well, that hopefully is not a sign for us.
Hopefully not. The Tesla Model 3 Performance is in. I can order it. Might help the sound quality on this podcast.
Do you think that it will stop when the car's in front of, like, sooner than the way you do?
I'm going to have to pay the $8,000 for the automatic driving thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
So that way, if I get in a wreck, it's the Tesla's fault. It's not mine.
But you would still get a ticket.
Sure, but I would just blame Elon.
Elon messing up the cars, man.
He told me it was self-driving.
Okay, so suck it up, Buttercup. Do more video. Rip off and duplicate. I love that. Just no matter what, always across the board. No, very little content is original content. It's taken from somewhere, something, elaborated, changed. Just do it. And then so what? And then you said do the video of the listing presentation, kind of back end stuff.
I really like that.
Okay, so what else? What is some other marketing that agents need to be doing?
It's mostly email and video. Like, I think honestly, the funniest thing that came out of it is they had a guy who was not like a 9-person ISA team, and it's roughly, and he was like, everyone's complaining the leads are crap. So I was like, I hired 9 people. They made, I think he said like 28,000 calls. And you know what I found out? The leads are crap. He's like, for every 100 calls, you get 2 appointments. Set. It's like,
know your numbers.
Yeah, so like that's what it is. You make 100 calls, you're gonna get 2 appointments set. Now it might be 100 calls 5 straight days and you get 0, and then the next 100 calls you get 12.
Right.
But basically, the leads are crap. Suck it up and do it, or come up with a better way that you're not just cold calling all the time, which is why you do the email campaigns.
Right.
So you get people engaged, and then so it's not like cold calls.
Right.
So it's the same thing. Is that you have to have creative ways where you're staying engaged with your people and touching them without constantly talking to them.
Right.
Another one that they said to do, which is good, is the Zestimate, where you can now on Zillow you can see the previous estimates and how they've changed over the years.
Yep.
And you can just go and show them, hey, if I can, like, so you can see in a community when this house was listed, it was like 10% under what it actually sold for, the Zestimate. But then you can go in that community and mail it or print it off and deliver it and say, hey, if I can get you 10% more than what your Zillow says your
Tesla truck.
If I can get you 10 to 15% more than what your Zillow says your home's worth, would you be willing to sell it?
Right.
And so kind of just knowing that Zillow's information is inaccurate, using that to your benefit because everyone trusts Zillow. Because they're going to be like, how the heck are you going to get me more than Zillow says it is worth?
So you do the marketing, you stay in touch, you try to get out of the cold calling stuff and do more personal marketing. Mm-hmm. How do you incorporate the door knocking in it? Because door knocking is an old school marketing style.
Yeah.
But
I think it still would be very, like, I think you told me this since I started last year. Like, if you do it right, it'll work. Mm-hmm. Like, if you've got an 80 an 80 home farm, mm-hmm. and you farmed it and you knocked it and you mailed it, you'll get a ton of listings out of there eventually. It's just
right. It's time.
It's just time, and it's long term, right? Like, you're looking at listings in 6 to 9 months, not
right.
And so they talked a little about farming, and then in the same farm that this lady had, where she's had like 10 listings out of, she did a test of, okay, I'm going to send a postcard of it was just like a black postcard that's like, did you see what your neighbor did? And that's all it said.
That's cute.
And so then she got 12 scans on it, and it was basically just telling the story of how the seller listed their house, what it sold for, everything like that, because it got 120,000 over list price. It took and then she even tells how long it took, the speed bumps it had, mm-hmm. what she did to help them get maximum value for the property.
Was on the scan.
Yep. And it was just like and then at the end, it wasn't, let me list your home. It's like, fill this out if you want to chat about it. It's like, so nothing like, no pressure.
Right.
It's just like an easy,
it was adding value.
Yeah. And she got 12 scans and 2 listings out of it.
That's awesome.
So, I think it's just, and that's what I was saying to you is, like, I think it's interesting that Jordan does 90% of it. What the agents on the team need to do is leverage that Jordan's already doing it, and then also do it themselves, and you'll get a lot better results than just relying on Jordan to do it.
Yep.
Because if you have both, then you will see a marketable increase in like response from the leads.
Right. So, all right. So so he's pretty much just hit mailing. Did he hit mailings?
Yeah, mailings. That's right.
Okay. That was that mm-hmm. one section. Yeah. And then he hit emails, and then he hit social video. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Not really, honestly. It was, because it was a bunch of different, hey, leverage your mailers in this way and your email marketing campaigns in this way, instead of doing, do you want to sell, like you said, same thing Jordan's already doing is, you want an equity report on your home? Do you want, guess your home's value? Oh, here's a good one. Instagram. So there's one guy was saying, what they'll do is same thing with the asking your whole database. Uh-huh. He also will do an Instagram video while he's on his way to the home, and he'll have the map of where the house is like around. And he's like, hey guys, going on this listing appointment in this area. It's going to be listed for about around this price. Kind of give the specs of the home. Uh-huh. Like, do you know anyone that's interested in that? And then once it is listed, they'll do like Instagram stories of, guess how much this home is going to sell for. And then once they're right, then they'll give out prizes for, if you're right. And he's like, you're just trying to create engagement. So it's all it's about is engagement, because you want people to see the story, do the poll, and then send it to other people, or other people will see it. And it's all about engagement.
So what's the main reason that agents only do one video a week, or just one post a week?
Well, that's what I told Jordan at the conference. They don't believe it'll work. They don't believe it actually works.
Well, I think they give up too quick.
If they don't see like return quick enough.
They'll be like, well, that person, the reason they got it is because they went viral. Mm-hmm. And really, there is a ton of people making a ton of money from their videos, and they're not viral. Yeah. They've got 1,000 interactions, right? Yeah. That's nothing. So, or let's take it even less. They've got a couple hundred interactions, and you still have closings. So I think they give up too quick, or
they're not consistent. It has to be consistent. It has to be.
You can't do one a week.
Yeah, it has to be 4 times a week.
Gosh, this thing's moving all over the place today.
It has to be 4 times a week or 3 times. Like, it has to be consistent and often. There's one guy who's like, you do 2 stories a day, and I do 4 posts a week, no matter what. 2 stories is like, because stories is where it's at, mm-hmm. and you have to do posts.
Because stories are just so easy and quick too. Yeah. God, a story can be anything. Anything. Just stay on the feed. Like, So any agents, we talked a lot about our team, we do that, but for regular agents, they can do the same thing, but mm-hmm. they don't have a marketing person that's creating content. So what should they do?
So I think if you're an individual agent, same thing with like mailers. and email campaigns. It has to be going out consistently. It's all, you have to just be in these people's faces all the time.
For how long?
Years. Like that's the thing. It's like 2 years, I think, to actually see what a mailer will do. Like if you're farming a neighborhood with mailers, it takes 2 years to actually know if this was productive or not.
Yep.
I mean, but even us, how long have we been farming that subdivision, and we finally are starting to get listings out of it?
A year and a half.
Yeah. So like, it works, but
for a year we had nothing.
Right.
Like, and so you've got to be ready to spend that money.
Yeah.
For a year, you've got to have it. You've got to be ready. I was thinking about something too when you said that. The consistency with agents. How do I want to say this? So like agents on the team will be like, oh, well, no, they called me directly.
Yeah.
And it will be like from our farm,
Mm-hmm.
right? But especially when you're on a team, all the marketing leads to that.
Yeah.
No one picks up the phone and calls Andrew because they saw one postcard from Andrew.
Yeah.
But when they see consistently Andrew at the Shannon Sales team here, Shannon Sales team here, then you see a post, then you see a sign, it like builds, right? That's why huge box companies have like such a bigger following, because I mean the Remax brand has been around forever. Ever. If you see that hot air balloon, you know exactly what it is. You do not need a name on top of it. You know what it is. So I think agents now have such a huge platform to do that individually, and when you're on a team, you need to recognize all that money that is being spent for the consistency.
Yeah.
Because individual agents don't typically do it well because it's hard, and you want a staff to help you with that.
And it's time consuming. Like it's not even like, because most successful agents have the money to do it, but they don't have the time.
Right.
And so like that's the other part, is like you actually do need a time block. Like if you're an individual agent, you would have to time block hours, multiple hours a week.
Yep.
Just to do it.
Yep.
Just to do something that you're not going to see results from.
Yep.
For 2 years.
Well, and one of our agents came in after the conference, and she now wants to hire someone to come in and help her do videos. And then I'm like, but you've got to hire them to post. You've got to hire them to do everything, because otherwise you're going to waste money on getting the videos.
Yeah.
They need to handle it. And she was like, well, how much does something like that cost? And I was like, Jordan, how much do we pay for that? And for our one person that we had, and it was one post a day, 4 days a week, $1,800 a month. Like, but they handled everything, because if we would have paid just for them to come in and shoot the videos, now someone still has to edit and run the videos and post them and get them out there. So people do not understand what it takes.
And come up with the post schedule that makes sense for the videos to kind of flow the right way.
Yep.
Because it doesn't just need to be random.
Right.
You're telling a story, like, as lame as it sounds, you're trying to tell a story with your post, right? And they're kind of, so this post kind of leads to this one, and it all kind of works together.
Well, and if you're doing trending stuff, you can't really do it all in one, like shoot all your videos, because you've got to do it in a way that you're still within the trend.
Right.
Because trends go out in a week.
Right.
So it's not as easy as people think. And so
it's both, right? It's not as hard as people think, but it's also not as easy as people think.
And it's not hard. It's time consuming, right? And then that takes you away from, I mean, just think about today, like how much you had to do, how much the agent, like when you were gone all day yesterday, so now you're playing catch up with your clients. Well, if today was technically your marketing day, you would never have gotten to it.
Right.
So there's a lot more that goes into marketing. So then just some of the basic stuff, like as an individual agent, the consumer, I don't think understands how much money and time is spent in marketing either.
Right.
Because when we say we farm a neighborhood or a subdivision or an area, you're talking a couple of $1,000s a month.
Yeah.
On postcards and on it's more than that. I think, what is it, 4,000, something like that. For postcards and the stamps, obviously. And then you have your social media. So it's not just, oh, here's me doing something stupid. It's hiring the person to help with the video, hiring the person to post the video and edit it and do whatever else they do. Then you have sending the emails. That's not free. People think that's free. No, it's not. You got to have a system to actually be able to send emails and follow up with that amount of people.
Right.
So, so you've got that expense. What else? You've got any of your print material for your regular stuff. So I feel like people miss how much marketing goes in to really just get one client.
Yeah, they definitely don't appreciate it. I think like they don't, especially agent. Like so, I think team agents don't appreciate how much effort and cost there is into it, and then individual agents don't really understand it.
Mm-hmm. Well, well, yeah, you did say you're not coming out. I'm coming in. Yeah, they definitely don't. But it is great when they do leave the team, and then they have to do stuff on their own, and then they're like, hey, how do you do this? Hey, how do I get this done? Hey, how? I'm like, you're an individual agent now. Yeah. You're gonna have to go figure that out.
Good luck. Google.
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, well, I guess that's it on marketing. We've gotten to our destination, which is dinner.
It's a good conference, though.
It was a good conference, I'm sure, because all of his conferences are good. Yeah. Did he do all the hoorah, yay, yay,
not
get
really.
on your feet?
But he complained about people not having that much energy.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's probably why.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
Yeah. All right. What did it say? All the thingamajigs.
Oh, follow us at the Commute Pod on YouTube and Instagram. Me at Andrew Videla, and then Shannon should be at Shannon.
I don't know.
Watkins.
It doesn't matter. Follow Shannon Selstein. It's all good.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Bye.